What's up, everybody? Jamarcus Joe here. I'm going to take my truck for a wash. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about this Titan.
Is it lava?
It's lava.
Hello, everybody. Jamarcus Joe here. So, as you can see, my Titan behind me. I love my truck. I've been meaning to make a 12,000 mile review, and right now I'm at almost 17,000 miles. And I love my truck. I've taken it on long road trips from San Antonio all the way down to Tampa, Florida, and back, and it's performed beautifully. So really, this review is kind of an overall pros and cons, what I've seen with the truck, but there's always those nitpicky things that I like to get after, and I know Nissan has done a great job with this truck, but there's definitely some things that they could do a lot better. So for folks that are shopping around for trucks, right now we're kind of going through this inflation, and gas is $5 at the minimum. So truck's probably not the best alternative, but for the folks that are in the market for a truck, hopefully this kind of gives you a some insight, and make you. So I have had a lot of people ask me, like, why did you get a Titan? Why didn't you just get one of the big three, whether it had been Chevy, Ram, or Ford? And honestly, it came down to brand loyalty. So we've been a Nissan family for some time. My wife started off with the Altima, almost 15 years ago. And then from there, we had kids, and then we jumped into a Murano. We went to a Pathfinder, and we always had the Altima. The Altima was strong for like 15 years. Like, I would have kept that car, to be honest with you. But I jumped into a Maxima. We upgraded, and loved that Maxima. It was a black on black package, midnight package, black rims. Man, I loved it. But then we moved out to San Antonio, and San Antonio roads were rough, and I was like, you know what, I need to upgrade because I can't take this. And then of course I got the Titan, and as you can see, blacked out Pro-4X package, and yeah, it's blacked out. But I love my truck. The truck does everything I want it to do, to be honest with you. And like I said, brand loyalty is what it really came down to, and this truck does everything that even the big three does. So yeah, let's look at it.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out all day.
So as you can see, yep, I need an oil change. Was on the road, but as you can see, everything starts up nicely. Fully loaded out package here. I had the heated and cooled seats. I had it in my Maxima, so I definitely wanted to keep that going in the Titan. A lot of spaciousness, I would say, a lot of cubby holes, a lot of areas. Now, I'll go with my first first con, things I didn't like about it. So this right here, the column shifter. I love the column shifter, but it was like it was made of cheap materials. It actually broke off, right? This little piece here actually broke off. So it's like cheap plastic. All this is like cheap plastic. Like I said, I love the column shifter, but man, this right here, it just, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but yeah, there's a plastic piece that just broke off. And really, I mean, that's what we use every single day to get into reverse, into park, and or drive. And yeah, within the first, I would say 7 months, that thing broke off. So it's a warranty, 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty. Speaking of that, it's covered. Next thing is the sunroof. Panoramic. This thing is awesome, especially on a beautiful day like today, and just being able to, just letting this thing go all the way. Well, not all the way, but halfway back. That's as far as it goes. Is awesome. Now today in San Antonio, Texas, it's 100 degrees outside. So yeah, I really like to keep this thing closed, but I will say this thing is a bit slow. For my liking. I'm pretty sure there's a reason why it's this slow, but yeah, it's a sunroof. So hey, can't beat that. What I will say is the fact that it is in the truck, I mean, that does take away from your payload capacity. I've seen trucks without this that have a higher or an increased payload capacity. So, yeah, I guess you just got to pick your poison, you know. But it's a great addition to the truck, but it adds weight. So, to each his own. So a lot of space in the back. As you can see, my kids keeping it dirty as they always do back here. But there's a lot. You know, there's a lot of space. You know, my kids are younger, so they have a lot of space to play around there in the back. So yeah, that, you know, and then of course there's heated seats in the back, so they're good to go there. Continuing in the back, like I said, heated seats. Like I said, kids keeping it dirty back here, but got the heated, you got USB ports back there, cigarette lighter, and then your 120 volt as well. The only thing, you know, I regret not getting with this truck is TVs in the headrest. I mean, especially for young kids, but we do have TVs in the headrests for we have a Pathfinder, and the kids love that, so that would have been nice, but I mean, it was expensive. 60-40 split, so I love this. A lot of compartments back here, you know, jumper cables, all that good stuff goes back there for me. Yep, all kind of stuff back there, whatever you want to put, you know, jacks back here. And then of course, if I wanted to put that down to have a level floor, you can definitely do that as well. And just all you got to do is put that back, you know. As you can see, you know, you have your shade. Sorry, I messed up the light there. And then there's the sunroof. This is for the sliding window in the back. I think it's pretty cool. Of course, if you subscribe to their little package there, you have the emergency services as well. The thing I will say is I love the seats. So I did go on it was a total of 19-hour road trip in my truck by myself. It was a good ride. You know, of course, they have the zero gravity seats. Wasn't uncomfortable at all. Of course, I broke it up into 2 days, so I didn't drive the whole 18 hours. But you know, I was good. You know, and steering wheel, of course, is telescopic. You know, if you can see that, you know, and comes out. And it was just, you know, it's an awesome and comfortable ride. I probably had, I would say, 300 pounds worth of just stuff with me. It was me and just, you know, my stuff, and back and forth. Both days I probably got 18 to 19 miles to the gallon. It was pretty impressive, you know, for this size truck, and like I said, for that type of payload. But it was good. Of course, you're not going to be able to see it, but the Pro-4X kick plate down there at the bottom, it illuminates at night, so that's an awesome feature as well. You know, just a nice little accent. And then, of course, you know, you have your locks. No issues here. I like how, you know, the windows, or I'm sorry, the side mirrors, they'll fold in and fold out. So of course, I have the side steps, adding some more weight to my truck, and then I put a tonneau cover on it. You know, I went cheap. I didn't get the one that was flush, but just showing you the back there. And then, yeah, tonneau cover, love it. You know, for this price, I think I got it for 550 bucks, almost 600 bucks. But yeah, it's good. So overall, you can't beat the truck. You know, some things that I want to do to it is probably maybe put a lift on it. But right now, I'm solid, man. Like, this thing is good. 25% tint. Typically on my trucks, I usually put like 10%, 15%. But yeah, this one came with the truck, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm getting older. I can't be looking out the truck in the middle of the night with no lights. So yeah, I just decided to stay with this. I don't know. I love my truck. I love this thing. It rides smooth. I mean, you got the power when you need it, and yeah, it's good. So another thing I want to hit on is the infotainment system. As you can see, it's a lot of dust collecting around it. You know, I try to keep my truck clean as much as possible when my kids are not in it. But this thing is it's pretty awesome for the most part. But this thing is one, a dust collector, and it has it's susceptible, I guess, to scratches. Really can't see it, you know, with this camera and this view. But I do have a scratch on there, and that was just me trying to, and this is probably my fault, using the nozzle on the vacuum to, you know, to get some of this dust off, and it just easily scratched the screen. Another thing about the infotainment is when I put it in reverse, it takes a while to initiate and go to the back or to the back camera. And I say it takes a while, but you're talking about maybe 5 seconds versus, you know, the 1 second, because it takes some time. And then, you know, I've had some issues with it glitching as well. I mean, it recovers if I, you know, get out of camera mode and go back in. But for the most part, it's an awesome system for what it is. I mean, it's a truck, right? So I'm not asking for like this 15,000 inch screen or anything, but it's pretty good. I mean, everything on here works as advertised, and I can't go wrong with that. I'm a simple man, so yeah, everything works out. So as you can see, you know, that's kind of a short synopsis of my truck. So I use this as an A to B. I've had this truck for 15 months now, and it's 2021. And like I said, A to B, and I got 17,548 miles on it. So I've been moving around. I'm actually moving from San Antonio to South Carolina, and I plan on towing my Pathfinder. So we'll see how that plays out, because I'm pushing the limits on my payload capacity, especially with the family. So we'll see how that all plays out here in the end. But I'll definitely give you a review of how this thing tows as well, especially in the middle of the summertime, you know, pretty much maxed out. My overall impression of the truck, I love it. You know, you see the big three, you see all these different, you know, everybody with the Chevys and the Fords, and I have nothing against them. You know, I kind of look at those trucks and I'm like, yeah, they got some nice towing numbers. But I would tell you, if you're in the market for something A to B, like myself, I tow every once in a while, or I'll put a nice little load in the back. This is probably the truck for you. I got it for a good deal, especially when I turned in my Maxima, and so it was really, I couldn't beat it. If I had, say I have no regrets with the truck, none, and of course I said that, you know, I would want to have put some some TVs in the headrest in the back. I mean, optional stuff. But if I could do it all over again, to be honest with you, I think I would have gone with the XD. A friend of mine has the XD, and he's pulling, you know, his travel trailer easily, and it's a gasser. But for this, you know, for what I do, I don't have an RV camper. I don't have anything that's way over its limit. So this does what it needs for me to do. I'm averaging 17, 18 miles to gallon. I mean, really, that's in the city too. But I'm not punching it either. I'm not trying to race anybody, especially with the gas prices now. And on the other note, so when I drove from San Antonio to Florida, I was putting premium. Like, I've put premium in it ever since I owned the truck. But when I got to Tampa, when I got to Florida, gas was just starting to go up, like $5.15, $5.20. I was like, oh shoot, and that was for premium. And so I dropped back down to regular. And with that regular, no different. I came back still making 19 miles to the gallon over, you know, a 1,200 mile stretch. So no issues. I mean, I was moving 75, 80 at the lowest. So great truck, no issues. Nothing that's just like, you know, having me want to turn it back in. Honestly, this is probably gonna be my truck for some time now. So some of my pros, I would say, for this truck is it's spacious. You know, for the whole family. We're a family of 4. We've taken long trips in it. The V8 power, you can't beat. 400 horses. You know, with premium fuel, 390 if you just use regular unleaded. Honestly, I didn't see a difference. So no issues there. The cons are just the little things that I showed you in the truck, right? Like the plastic column shifter, um, you know, and just the little issues. I did have an issue with my alignment in the very beginning, and they fixed that. Obviously, that was under warranty. And also know that if you get one, there's a 12-month window where you can get essentially free alignments on the truck. I didn't know about that. Overall, like I said, it's my A to B. Even with gas going up, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm not punching the gas every day, and it's just an overall beautiful truck, as you can see. It's a great gas truck. You know, it does what I need for it to do in my family, and yeah. But yeah, if you have any questions, post them in the comments. We'll go from there. I'll try to answer them best I can. But also, in the next month, I'm moving. Like I said, I'm gonna put my Pathfinder on the back of an auto transporter and drive 1,200 miles. So we'll see how that pans out, and we'll see if the Titan's up for it. All right, thanks y'all. Peace. Beautiful day in Texas.
Okay, try to focus. Yeah, that's why I really just like 15 power ups in one run.